Hey everyone, it's Ms. Binden. I'm going to do a quick book talk for you on We Deserve Monuments by Jazz Hammonds. It is the story of 17-year-old Avery. She's about to be a senior in Washington, D.C. when her family basically uproots her. Her parents uproot her and they move to Bardell, Georgia, which is where her mom is originally from. They go back there because they have to care for Avery's dying grandmother. And so there's a lot of change at the very beginning for Avery, and she's not happy about it. And she's even less happy when she gets into her grandmother's house because there's a tremendous amount of tension between her mother and her grandmother. And she has no idea why that is. And she really doesn't know her grandmother all that well. So she's trying to get to the bottom of this. But every time she does, she's pretty much shut down by these two really stubborn women because they don't want her digging into their business and into their history. So things aren't going really well for her at the start of her senior year until she meets these two girls and she becomes really good friends with them. One of them, her name is Simone. She's a neighbor of hers, and Simone's mother and Avery's mom actually were really good friends in high school. So there's a history there that she has to unpack. And then also Jade. And Jade comes from a really wealthy family that owns a hotel and a spa in town. And Jade has a really troubled history also because her mother, her biological mother, was killed, was murdered, and that murder was never solved. And so Avery is starting to dig into these histories. She's starting to dig into her family history. She's starting to realize that her family history is tied to really racist history in Bardell, Georgia, and they're inextricably linked. And as she starts to uncover all of this, it puts a lot of tension and it kind of tests the limits of her friendships and her family relationships. And she has to decide whether or not finding out the truth of all of these things and sharing that truth with people is going to be worth it. Great story, great friendships, great dialogue, a little bit of romance, just an all around fantastic read. We Deserve Monuments.